In 1998, when Usher and the Backstreet Boys ruled the airwaves, the city of Toronto was busy merging with all its surrounding suburbs, particularly Etobicoke, York, North York, East York, and Scarborough. Together, this amalgamation created what is now known as Metropolitan Toronto. But now that the city is even bigger than it once was, it's got a lot of people wondering, what's the difference between living in all these different areas? I've been living in this city my whole life, and I've created the ultimate list for you to discover what each of these boroughs are like. We'll get into the best and worst features of all these different communities. Did you know that there's a community here that's home to the wealthiest and one of the most dangerous communities in Canada? Stay tuned to find out which one that is. I'm about to head to both of those places right now. Come with me, let me show you some of the biggest and hottest areas right now in Toronto. Hey, what's going on? I'm Rochelle, a local real estate agent here in Toronto, Canada, the most beautiful city on earth. And if you're new here, then welcome. This is where I drop everything that you need to know about living in Toronto and the Greater Toronto Area. For the last 7 years, I've been helping people just like you and you and you and you move to the GTA, and I love it. So if you are looking to buy or sell real estate here, then give me a shout. All of my contact is down below. I would love to hear from you and help you out. But today, I'm going to take you through 3 of the biggest boroughs in Toronto: North York, Etobicoke, and Scarborough. And first on our list is North York. And the first thing that comes to mind when I think of North York is Yonge Street. This street here, it is a main street offering a skyline impressive enough that it is often referred to Toronto's second downtown. North York Centre, this part of North York specifically, is the cultural hub and business hub of North York. It is peppered with a crazy amount of office towers, condo buildings. It is basically a Vegas strip of high rises. And so we are in the most high density, busy and lively area of all the Toronto boroughs. You can see that all around me, the city has made this street very pedestrian friendly with tons of ground level retail, parks, even to sit at and enjoy. And so this area is perfect for people who want to be close to amenities and be part of the action. And if condo living is for you, then you'll have plenty of options here to choose from. The average price of a 1-bedroom unit in this part of town is $650,000. But the crazy thing is that outside of the North York Centre, the scenery changes into this whole different world where it's nothing but low-rise residential communities, primarily single-family detached homes. But what I love about that is that in terms of housing, North York has the widest variety of classes of neighborhoods to choose from. For example, North York is home to Bridle Path. Bridle Path is widely recognized to be the most expensive and prestigious neighborhood in Canada and has been dubbed as Millionaire's Row, with the who's who of Toronto calling the area home. Celebrities like Celine Dion, Drake, and Prince have all lived in Bridle Path, where it is common to see luxury mansions on multi-acre lots with driveways showcasing the newest Bentleys, Ferraris, and things like this structure. Whatever this is, when you've got money to burn, you can pretty much buy anything that you want here in Bridle Path. Then on the other side of the spectrum is the Jane and Finch corridor, which has also long received media attention, but because it is a community that has been stigmatized for having high crime and gangs. The area does have a reputation for not being safe, and statistically, the area has one of the highest proportions of public housing, low-income earners, and single-parent families out of any community in Toronto. But on a brighter note, North York does happen to be home to Toronto's largest mall, Yorkdale, which is right off of 401. which is the busiest highway in North America, and so this mall does get a lot of traffic. 18 million visitors a year to be exact. It is catered to a more upscale shopper with higher end stores like Nordstrom and Holt Renfrew being your anchor shops, and then other luxury retailers like Versace, Chanel, and Prada being inside this mall as well. Happy shopping! Scarborough is the next spot on our list, and it's the district of Toronto that is most heavily influenced by immigration. A large portion of the population is from Asia, with South Asian and Chinese communities making up more than 41% of the population. You'll notice it when you drive around. One of my favorite things about Scarborough is that it is full of restaurants, and everywhere you go there are street plazas with eateries offering everything from Hakka to Caribbean to African and Middle Eastern. The food here is representative of the ethnic diversity. Another thing I love is that Scarborough does sit on the shores of Lake Ontario. It's home to the Scarborough Bluffs, which is an iconic Toronto landmark that provides the perfect backdrop against the lake, and the Bluffers Park Beach, which is surrounded by trails. It's next to a marina and overlooked on top of the bluffs by beautiful homes that have character and charm. Speaking of neighborhoods in terms of real estate, a huge pro of Scarborough is that it does have the most affordable homes. The average price of a home here in Scarborough is $899,000, and so this area does attract, again, new immigrants first settling into Toronto, as well as first-time home buyers, downsizers, and the like. They actually projected that by the year 2041, close to 30% of Scarborough residents will be senior citizens, and so you're going to see a lot of retirement communities here as well. I only have one con of Scarborough, which is its overall vibe. So Scarborough is one of Toronto's neediest communities, where many parts of the borough have been identified as an NIA, a neighborhood improvement area, meaning it needs special support from the city to tackle things like violence, crime, and poverty. And so the overall look reflects that, where you will see low-income housing, low-rent shopping and dining options, but on the bright side, it is a highly affordable part of town and a great place to visit for bargains and discounts. And then rounding off the list of areas here in Toronto, sitting at the most western edge of the city, is the district of Etobicoke. If you guys have ever seen this documentary on Netflix, it's called Don't F with Cats. It is killer. Go watch it if it's still there. They talk about a guy from this area, but they call it Etobicoke.
Etobicoke, that's interesting. Where's that? Etobicoke is a suburb outside of Toronto.
It's pronounced Etobicoke. And what I love about Etobicoke is that it gives you that perfect blend of city life and suburbia. In many parts of Etobicoke, you will find vibrant shopping corridors like where I'm at right now in Bloor West Village, because this neighborhood, you can see, has a whole bunch of cafes and pubs and bakeries, grocery stores, drugstores, convenience stores. All of your everyday amenities are right here. There are several bus and subway stops that you can take. The TTC in and out of town, no problem. And you're actually only a 30-minute subway drive to Union Station downtown. So you're going to find a lot of people from Etobicoke commuting into the city for work or play. When it comes to Etobicoke real estate, you will find a lot of condo and apartment complexes next to the Humber River or the Lake Ontario waterfront. But the majority of homes here are detached or semi-detached, which does attract a lot of families. This area is known to be safer than other communities within Toronto, where it's common to see people out at night walking their dogs or catching their kids' baseball games at one of the area's several parks. And speaking of parks, one of Etobicoke's biggest attractions is High Park. High Park is Toronto's largest park. Sitting at over 400 acres, it offers hiking trails, sports facilities, gardens, playgrounds, and even a zoo. Out of all three areas that I covered, Etobicoke, I would say, is the most accessible because here you get easy access to pretty much all of your major highways, including the QEW, the Gardner, the 427, the 401, and even the 409. It's also less than a 20-minute drive to Woodbine, Toronto's only year-round casino, and Pearson International, Canada's largest and busiest airport. So there you have it. Those are Toronto's largest boroughs explained, and hopefully that gave you a better idea of what it's like to live not within Toronto proper per se, but in the areas that it amalgamated with and the stark differences between each of those places. If you wanted to get a better idea of what Toronto neighborhoods are like closer to the downtown core within Toronto proper, so basically in the areas that you think of when you think of Toronto, then check out this video because it rhymes off all the top neighborhoods in Toronto that people are actually moving to. And in it, I go through community demographics, real estate prices, nearby amenities, the good, bad, and the ugly, also that you get an even better idea of what it's like to live and be part of the lights, camera, and action. You know that Toronto is one of the largest metropolitans in North America, and so there's always something new to experience. If you haven't done so already, make sure to also subscribe to my channel so that you get the latest on everything that has to do with living, eating, sleeping, playing in Toronto and the Greater Toronto Area. If you're looking to purchase or sell real estate here, then definitely give me a shout. I would love to help you out. If you are a real estate agent, I know a lot of realtors checking out my channel. I'm actually growing my team. Check out below how you can join me helping people all over the world move right here to one of the best cities in the world. To everyone, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Until the next video, stay safe, have fun, and I'll catch you guys living in Toronto.